Kahalayim La Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders. Peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's your brother Kawak again. And I just want to do a little sit down. Let me see if I can show you. Alright. Okay. So, let's see. And of course I want to talk about the prophecies coming up. One of the major prophecies right now is, let me get the scripture. And I know you can't see it, but I'm on my laptop and I'm on the Blue Letter Bible. And let's see. Alright, and I was on the word karat and charagma, but now I'm going to get into the word. I'm going to say charagma. Because if you say the other thing, they'll take down my Esau's so fucking wacky. It's lucky. I didn't realize my menorah was so dusty. Yeah. What a time to run out of wipes. But that's the spirit that we're in, and my sage is just turned off. So then we're good to go. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna read the scripture. Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So it's very true right now. This is slapping everybody in the face right now. Okay, we're all dealing with this scripture right now. It's not a joke, but it is what it is. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't, but right here, and it might even show up reversed. So let me just put it back to where it was. So who is the he? Now we have to open up another tab. We open up another tab so we can have as much information available to us. And I'm going to go ahead and Google search Blue, and it's coming right up, Blue Letter Bible, because that's a good resource, and I recommend that you use it. And if your brothers are using it, please do donate. I donate at least $20 a year, but it's nothing to donate, but it's very valuable to have. So I just typed in the word beast, because that's who the he is, and that's why we have notes. We have those notes. Matter of fact, yes, I remember that. Alright, so let's get started with it. Alright. it came to give me the words beast, but we're in Genesis, and I'm gonna go down. Whoops. And this will be just in Revelation. So the scripture. Let me get the scripture before. Revelation 13 and 16, and he caused it all both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And we're going to get all kinds of words. So Revelation 17 and 13 says, these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. So the beast is the he, right? So let's get some more scriptures. Of course, we gotta get some more. And then something to explain a little bit more is the 10 horns, right? So Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the horn, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So the 10 horns are representing power. 10 countries that are in, right now it's like 22, but they represent the NATO and the EU. And then Revelation 19 and 19 will give you some more. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. Let's get some more. Okay, so Revelation 20 and 10, and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. So let's get into that word beast. So that's a good place to start. It's giving me a little bit of trouble. There's too much sun on my face. And there is, I'm in Revelation 20. And the title of some parts of it, like it goes from, it breaks up the chapter into parts, and it gives them titles. So it says judgment at the throne of Yahweh. It says God, but first let's look at the word beast. Because there's the word devil and the word beast in here, in this particular scripture. And then there's the scriptures where it has Satan, beast, and devil. Therion, that's the word.
Strong's G 2342.
Therion. Now I'm laughing because I turned off my blower, and right at the time I turned it off, this thing started to work. So that's for the spirit. And Therion is almost like theophany or theos, which would be God, right? They had the first couple of letters in there, but let's get some. So the outline biblical usage is: one is an animal, two a wild animal, wild beast, a beast. Metaphor: a brutal, bestial man, savage, ferocious. So Therion, a diminutive from the same as Strong's G2339, a dangerous animal, venomous. Ooh, a snake. Okay, let's see. Bahamaha, yeah, because that's the word for beast, Bahama. Okay. Brutal bestial man. Now let's see if we can find the word. Let's see. We're just doing a word search on the word beast, Satan, and devil. And then we're going to get into the word charagma. Alright. and I'm going to just get this one because it's a good example. 1 Chronicles 21:1. And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel. That's that census, right? Because the Lord said you can't count the number of the seed of Israel. And this is just to prove that the spiritual Satan, well, there's no other way to say it, he's our bad brother. Okay? Job 1:6. Now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before Yahweh by Shemiel Shai, and Satan came also among them. So that's that. Let's go into, I think it's, let's see. Alright, let's see. Alright. Let's get another one. Satan, devil, serpent, all in the same one. Hey, oh man, I forgot to space it. Okay, it gave me Revelation 12:9, and the great dragon, well, it even says dragon. Okay, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. Now just picture this in your head. What do all those things have in common? They all have horns, or points, fangs, horns. Remember that. Points. Because the dragon has what? Horns. And it has fangs. Like a snake, right? You see those martial artists slice the... Come on, man. Okay? The old serpent called the devil. What is the devil? Have you seen Hellboy? The devil has a couple of horns. And Satan, it's the same thing. But the spiritual Satan doesn't have horns. The horns represent he has authority. So that's going to take into place. So, which deceiveth the whole world. Let me read that again. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels cast out with him. I think that's a good chapter. That's a very good chapter. Because and I'm going to say that for later. Let's put this thing together. Well, let me just get one more. We're good on time. I don't know how long it's going to, however the Spirit takes me to do it. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. And having a laptop is good for some things. Knowing how to use it is better. And you saw my hands, the way I type. That's all the way from high school. So this is amazing, man. This is okay. This is one of the reasons why my lessons are so packed with scriptures, because it says the fall of man, Genesis 3:1, but then it's also giving me Romans 5:12-21. So I'm curious, right? And we're gonna get them. But for this, when you put your cursor on the highlighted blue part, like Romans 5:12, and it gives you that, and it says Romans 5:12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world, and death by sin, and so death passed upon all men, that all have sinned. And that was just the 12th verse. So Genesis 3:1 says, putting together in your mind the devil, the serpent, that old serpent, Satan, the beast, all those, the dragon. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which Yahweh Shai Alahayim now had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, hath Elohim said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So there's the first lie, right? And let's do this again. In Romans 5:12 it says, wherefore as by one man sin entered into the world. So that's the man of sin. So who took our land, who took our statutes and commandments and try to make them their own, but then spin it off like you could do disgusting stuff, deprive males and then have sex with them like they're a woman. So the woman listened, and Genesis 3:2 says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden. Like, this bitch don't even know. Why the fuck you talking, right? So, excuse my French. I didn't mean to call you women bitches. You're gonna see me drink a little Dr. Pepper. But what just happened? What just happened? You just fucked up. You fucked up big time. Romans 5:13. For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed where there is no law. So the law was, the Lord said, don't eat of that fucking tree, bitch. You fucking skank. I'm just having fun. Really, you do deserve that, women. And that goes for all women. There ain't no other women above, Israelite women, but you're all the same. Whatever nation you're from, you're all lazy. Genesis 3:3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. So she knew exactly what was going on. And this is where we emphasize what the serpent did. It's not an actual serpent, but a people. We're going to get that word serpent too. Genesis 3:4. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. Lying ass bitch. Lying ass bitch. That's one lying ass serpent. What is it? Nachash. No. Nachash. I already knew it. Serpent. Let's get it. Now, come on, baby. Nachash is how that's how, that's as close as I'm gonna get. Alright. Booyah. Outline of biblical usage. 1. Serpent, snake. A. Serpent. B. Image of the serpent. You know, you remember that movie Conan the Barbarian, where James Earl Jones worshipped the snake, image of the serpent, fleeing serpent. Now let's get the root word. Nachash. Uh-oh. The KJV translates Strong's H5172. The root word for Hanachash is Nachash. Enchantment, divine, enchanter. Indeed, certainly, learn by experience, diligently observe. So it wasn't an actual snake. And what the snake was, the person, we're going to call that nation snakes, became Edomites. Well, they are the men, the wicked, and then they became Edomites. Outline of biblical usage to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience. And this is why we call Esau, so-called devil, the dragon, the serpent, the beast, that old snake, because he's been learning from experience ever since Genesis. Come on, folks. Since Genesis, man, everywhere, right? Come on, guys. You already know. You already know. You already know. Don't make me say it, because they'll take down my shit. Practice divination, divine, observe signs. Who the fuck observes signs? We all do, but this guy, he's observing signs of the coming of Yahweh Shai, because all kinds of chariots, and that's a different lesson. You know, maybe the Lord will hit me with the Spirit to do another sit-down tomorrow. But the point is, they've been learning by experience as a people. Up to this particular point in time where they're, you know, in the space. Fucking SpaceX just went around the planet a couple of times, and their passengers just landed safe. Practice fortune telling, and that's your fucking newscasters, right? Takes as an omen. Oh, your shit is getting good, right? APL, to practice divination, to observe signs or omen. So let's go. I think we got it. Right? Okay. So I'm not going to use that word that I told you I wasn't going to use. I'm going to say charagma instead. Because that's the time we're coming into. The charagma. Charagma. Oh, yeah. You know what? That's definitely a good one. I got to get it. You know, I wasn't going to take so long. But that's what happens when you're catching that heat from the Spirit. And you get on fire. Get on that fire, boy. Okay. Because this is all relevant to the time we're living in. All right. Let's start. Okay. Matthew. This is Matthew. I'm gonna warm it up with Matthew 6:6. But thou, this is Yahweh Shai saying it. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet. See, right now this is my home, but nobody's here because they all got shit to do. Nobody's here, so it's just me and my angels. You know, which you don't pray to angels. You pray to Yahweh Shai. Trust me. And that's another lesson too. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in the secret shall reward thee openly. Bada bing, bada boom. It's just simple. So what do we need reward from these times that are coming? Scary ass times, man. For reals. Matthew 6 and 7. But when you pray, use not vain repetitions, as the heathen do, for they think that they shall be heard for their much speaking. Be not ye therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things ye have need of before ye ask him. So you got to be making videos. You got to show your diligence, because it doesn't work unless you put in work. Matthew 6 and 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye. And Yahushua said, like this is how you do it. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So we take the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua serious. It's holy. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. So hey, what's going on right now? How come all these wicked things are happening to all kinds of people, even our people? That's part of his will. Don't make me get into that one, because we'll be here all damn night. But hey, don't take my word for it. Read the Bible. Come on, it's right here. But you're not just gonna get it right away. All joking aside, you have to be honest. You have to get rid of that spunky shit. Like before I started this video, and that the reason why I turned on the sage is because I threw some of my old lady's shit away. Like she had a pillowcase that I didn't agree with, and some orbs. I threw that shit away. I said, man, that's why I'm fucking feeling bad. Right? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Okay, so if the angels are from heaven and they're protecting you, you ask your Father through your brother Yahushua, because we say Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. If you say Yahweh, just Yahweh, that's not enough. Here you're working on a forklift and you're gonna get under a pallet. You just get in there a foot and a half. You're gonna flip that motherfucker over. You gotta get in there a whole fucking 3.5 feet. Pick that shit up real good. Your sorrows are the things that the forklift is gonna lift off of you. The forklift being Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because it has 2 forks, Yahweh and Yahushua. Both of them need to go under that big pallet to pick that motherfucker up. That pallet being your burden. Man, I'm getting excited. Because this is our burden. Give us this day our daily bread. Don't we have a need for sustenance? Reinforcement? Confidence? And how you gain confidence in your master and grow your faith is right here doing the scriptures, doing those videos. And forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Now, you might be thinking, why are we going to get Esau in captivity if we are forgiving our debtors? Because there's a thing called payback. The laws of the universe are based on what Yahushua said according to his Father. He said, I'll take revenge for you. Cast your burdens aside. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. So that evil is what I'm trying to talk to you about. The charagma. I'm gonna show you some pictures right now. You're gonna understand. What was it? And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and power and the glory forever. So now I'm gonna read it all together. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. So be true. And now I'm going to show you Revelation 13 and 16. And this is the time. This is the time that we need to get, saved from. Deliver me from evil. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And then I'm going to show you. Okay, let's get that word charagma. It's G5480. A stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Messiah, says Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. Yeah, that's all it. That's all it. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you. Okay, let me get some more. Okay. Let's see. We're going to have to do it like this. No, you know what? That's how you do it. Forgot. So let's go to the root word. Same as Karox. From the same as Karox. G5482. A pale or stake, a palisade or rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. Okay, so we're gonna get on the word palisade, and I already have it on the online etymology. Palisade, a fence, strong stakes. From provincial palisada, from palisa, a stake or paling. Do you have you ever heard of Vladimir the Impaler? Just so you can understand, Vlad the Impaler. This is why this is such a good tool. Amazing resources at your fingertips. So there's a man. Damn. There is a man right there. And this is the least gruesome one, so I'm going to show you this one. You see those bodies? That's Vladimir the Impaler. Just so you know what a palisade is, something that pokes through you or into you. So you don't get no funky ideas. So what's a stake? stake is something that you kill a vampire with, right? From the movies, pop, pop, pop. Put that right over his fucking heart and bang that motherfucker in. Terrible way to die. So now I'm gonna show you what a modern day palisade looks like. So we're gonna be even scarier because you all took it. We all had a part to do in it. See these? These are syringe tips. Syringe needle point styles. Whoop-de whoop. That's a palisade. Those are the fangs to the serpent. Those are the fangs to the serpent. It's fucked up, huh? Let's go back to the scripture. And I don't even have to tell you what's on the menu nowadays. You know, I can't even say the word mandate. Not like they got me all scared, but I don't want them to take down my videos. I don't want them to take down my channels, because I'll just make more videos and I'll just put up more channels, and it'll make me mad. But when I get mad, I get to working. You see this work that I just did? It's not for me. It's for the whole body right here. Because now we already knew. We already knew. But I'm making it easier for those of you who have a hard, have a little bit of difficulty learning new brothers. It's okay, man. Use this. So now is a good time to put a blessing upon your house. Burn some sage. Pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai and get everything in order. So, I'm gonna say a little prayer. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bawakasha, Wakasha, Wakasha, Shalak Barakim, Wa Shalom, La Shal Bachayar, Shal Yasharala, the water. And then, that's minor, but I'm gonna look for another one right now. Then I'm gonna show you how to do it. So prayers are mostly found in Psalms or in Proverbs, because King David was praying and Solomon was praying. So that's an easy way to get them. So we could just go to Proverbs. One of my faves. Proverbs. And yes, I do believe King Masha is King David. Alright, so I'm going to read Proverbs 1:1 just to get some definition. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel. And now I'm just go into that word, just so we can look at the word Proverbs. Mashalia or Mashal. Mashal, alright. Proverb, parable, by word like. Proverb, outline of biblical usage. One is proverb, parable, proverb, proverbial saying, aphorism, byword, similitude, parable, poem, sentences of ethical wisdom, ethical maxims. Let's see. Alright. And let's go back to the root word is H4910. We're still in the word Proverbs. Mashal, primitive root, rule, ruler, reign, dominion, governor, ruled over, power, indeed. To rule, have dominion, reign. To rule, have Dominion, to cause a rule, to exercise dominion. So what is a dominion? Dominion is, let's look it up. Me and my dog were like this. We're like this. He hears something, I hear it at the same fucking time. Alright. Don't be afraid of no ghosts around here. Dominion. Google search. To remember, it means to rule over dominion. Yeah, let's get the word in the Bible. Dominion. Why didn't I just do that? Okay, when you are in charge of something or rule it, you have dominion over it. So we have dominion over everything. In the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, not by our own accord. Let's get back to scriptures. So what do we have dominion over? We have dominion over whether we can take or reject a certain charagma. But the one I want to focus on is to cause to rule. Let's go back into scripture. Because it has the word governor in it, and the word governor means to rule the mind. So who rules your mind? Who rules your mind? Alright, so let's get one. Alright. So Proverbs 1:5 says, a wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. So we're looking for some counsel, right? And protection. We'll just put protection. It'll probably still keep us in Proverbs. Oh no, I didn't. Alright, so this is important too. Well, they're all prayers. The book of the law is prayers. They're all prayers. Which did eat, Deuteronomy 32:38. Which did eat of the fat of their sacrifices and drank of the wine of their drink offerings. Let them rise up and help you and be your protection. Because why do we supplicate to Yahweh Shem Shai? So he can be our protection. Don't be worshiping idols. No one else but Yahweh Shai, right? And Yahweh. Let's go back. Alright. Now we're going to go into Psalms. Oops. Okay, so this is pretty easy. Psalm 101 says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. So we were looking for counsel, and the counsel of the ungodly is these doctors, right? Man, don't get me started on that one. Because you have some crazy motherfucking bitches out there, like fucking supervisor at certain works. They'll be like, hey, you need to get tested. You test these nuts, bitch. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. Okay, now this next one is pretty deep. Psalm 103. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. See what I'm saying? being a tree, planting like a river, lets you know that people and nations are like trees, right? So the scripture God in Genesis tells you about the trees. You know, people are trees. They have philosophies that are fruit. Don't be taking that counsel. That bringeth forth his fruit in his season, and this tree, this Edomite tree, is bringing forth his fruit. It's his fruit is the charagma, and he's gonna get it. That's his fruit, right? He's gonna get mostly. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doth shall prosper. So we have to be grounded in the word so that we can prosper. You know, we did a lot of work today. We looked at the word charagma, charax. We dealt with the words Satan, devil, dragon, serpent. All those things that'll help you understand. Showed you what palisade is. Showed you the modern day palisade. You know, that's just to deal with it. Not to deal with it, but use this to deal with it wisely. You know, some of us might have to quit our jobs. But like I said to the brother at camp, if you feel, well, if your supervisor comes up to you and talks to you face to face, and he tells you to go get the jab, don't answer. Shake your head or do whatever you got to do. Get the fuck out of there. Send him an email through the business email. If you're that lucky to have, you know, business email. That way you can have proof and tell him or her, I wasn't clear on the directions that you gave me. Can you specify what you meant? All I understood was, you know, I couldn't understand what you were saying. I was in a hurry, and please communicate with me through this email. That way you have the fucking documentation, because they can't tell you by law you gotta get a fucking vaccine. You gotta go get tested. You can't do that shit, right? It's one of the reasons why I'm so fucking pissed right now. But I didn't take no fucking vaccine or no test. You know, but that's just how you gotta deal with it. Show them this. You can't show them the scriptures because they won't listen. But you can have yourself prepared in your mind that what you're gonna do, what you're gonna say, how's it gonna come out. You know, so with that, turn this back on. Let's say, double honors to the apostles and elders, peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brotherhood out there teaching the truth and sincerity in the name of Yahweh Shai. You know, keep pushing the truth. Shalom to the next one.